Ooh, that's too loud. Better. Oh, slightly worse. Better. Alright, so welcome back to my computer. Not the void, because I've got too much shit going on. So, last week we left off with a crash. And I thought it might have to do with replication. I've fixed the crash. I'm going to show you what I did to troubleshoot that. Mostly because I can just say I fixed it and then kind of show you the line that was causing the problem. But how the hell did I figure out it was that line? That's kind of like the important part. So if you remember, we would start the game, and then this one would like not do something, and the whole thing would crash. And it said it had a crash in begin play. So we think to ourselves, so we started going in here and trying to figure out, like, okay, this is this goes to the server, so the server, and we were farting around in here a lot. But let's take it back a bit. Unreal Engine lifetime begin play on rep. And I haven't clicked on this, but I believe this is going to tell us what we're going to do. Essentially, that's not what I want to see. I've clicked too many things and now everything's going wacky. So what I'm trying to find, essentially, we're looking at begin play, right? And I'm saying something is weird going on here. Maybe the ability system component is null. That was one of the thoughts I had. It hadn't replicated over, etc. Kind of like the key of all this is that begin play only starts after first replication. So we know at this point everything should be here. So that's not going to be null. So me trying to fix replication here, it's not replication that's causing it, because to get into begin play in the first place, replication must have succeeded. So I figured out that wasn't it. So what is it? We started around with begin play and here all we want. So we go look at the replication. That initial replication is not done over there. It's done over here. Remember here? And there's this. And then there's also this. This is where the replication is happening, right? The replication props, the test attributes, ability component. And then like, okay, so this is like replicating here, I guess. And then our, what is it? Our ability component is being replicated. And then our character, we had two spots where we are setting up the ability component in possessed by, which is happening on the server, and then we're also setting up the client side of the ability component on rep player state. And because we know all the replication happens before begin play, we know that this is going okay. All this is okay. So as we're going to go look at this, we have to come into this file. This file has a begin play, and this file also has a begin play. So it's possible one of these two is what's causing the problem, not the one in I thought about it, probably not the one in blueprints, because that error is coming from like somewhere else more deep down, probably C++. So it's one of these. So if I grab, oh, it's the one thing I forgot to open. Well, wait for the 5 years, get Kraken to open. This is faster on here than on Windows, so good job, Kraken. So this line is the breaker, so it was in guest character. I had this. That's right. This is a error that I caused myself when I moved the ability system component into the player state. I forgot to not set it up in the character. Why it didn't occur right away, and it took like doing a couple of things in the blueprint. I figure it was caching what was in, how it was working somehow, and as a result, until I made those changes that touched begin play in the blueprint, it was still going, oh, I'm using this old version of guest character that still has the ability component on it. And once I removed it, but still tried to initialize it, but it's not on here, it's on the other thing, that's what caused the error. I feel it's like it's kind of like a good thing to show you that kind of like line of thinking, because I find that sometimes figuring out what the troubleshooting to figure out an error is something that just kind of gets glossed over. It's like, oh, it's this, and then, oh, okay, great. So explain the crashing troubleshooting. So that's how I did it, and so that's a thing. I think I would have hit it if I was better at Unreal Engine. I would have figured that out sooner, because I'd be like, oh no, it's a begin play, so it's not here, it's not here, it's not things not being replicated and being all that kind of thing. I would have known that earlier. But I know that now, so next time I'll skip that stuff. Even though I'm having a small problem with the montage, I'm gonna continue on with creating a new clue actor that sends evidence to players instead of gameplay tags. So I think we're there. And animation isn't important to me right now because it's getting tagged and properly and everything, so we can figure that out later. So let's do this. Before I do that, I'm going to commit all this and make sure it's all like in there. And I'm gonna consider this a good spot to. There you go. All right. So how did we do this before? We've got our game. We've got our detective system. We've got a blueprint. That's clue old, because we were just doing old. We've got our it's still using clue old. I'm gonna maybe still use clue old for now, just so I can like say, just so I can like have it here, and I'll work off of it, and then I can like figure out what to do about it later. Actually, no. Let's start fresh. Let's start fresh. Why not? We're going to call this I've got a bowl of soup here. My keyboarding skills are a little bit off. I'm going to call it a clue. Let's call it I'm going to call it a base clue, because I have ideas for other kinds of clues, but this will be the base bit. let's call this maximum notice range. And there we go. Components. We're going to go sphere radius 32, but we're going to add, sorry, maximum notice range, right click, rename, sphere, and then the variable will be called max notice range. Save. What's our old? Because old had a good one, which is 300. So kind of the idea with this is that I'm gonna have this bounding this collision sphere, and if you're within that, then it will eventually start the process of, yes, you can see this, and you don't have to look directly at it. As a detective, you will notice this without being actively, as a player, having to notice it. Let's go maximum notice range sphere. We'll make it visible, but not hidden in the game for now. And we will advance. Do I get it? I don't get it. Nope. Good enough. All right. And in the begin play, we will oops, let's do this. So we'll set that size when it loads. And I probably should have a thing where if you change this, we have to do this again, and I'll figure that shit out. Yes. There we go. Yes. Sweet. All right. So we've got this, and we're going to do a basic overlap to see if we can get a character to get a clue. So if we go up here, and shrink character, bam, we've got our character. I think I cheated the other day, as I put the initial stuff. No, I did not. All right, great. Interesting. Great. All right. So we get to do this all over again. All right. So we want to get the other actor. And the other actor ability system component. So if you remember, I'll flip back to here. Our ability system component is on the guest player state. It's not on the character. However, on the character, we implement the interface, and then when it asks, oh, that doesn't look right. God damn it. When we do ask, so down here we say we're gonna set it to the 1 for the player state. I'm gonna have to do something about this. Give me a second. That's okay. If this crashes after this, then we'll know there's something wrong. So the main thing is if we ask for the ability system component on the character, it'll walk itself up to the ability system component on the player state, which is where it actually is. So we don't have to do any wacky thing about like get actor, get parent, get owner, get blah blah blah. It already has it. It gets it from the owner. Hooray! So onto here. That doesn't help. They're not doing it by that anymore, are we? We're going to go, so we do have to get the character, and we do have to go all the way up because we're not actually using the ability system for this, are we? So get owner, we're going to cast to guest player state. On the guest player state, we are going to call collect evidence. Look at that. Look at that. And I should probably hook that up. So if an actor goes across and the owner as a guest player state, then we're going to call collect evidence on it. So evidence, so I'm going to hop back over here. We made our evidence class in the player state. So it's up here. All right, it's a struct, right? So if we look on here, we've set it to read write on all of these. And I think, do we have to do anything wacky out here? No, it just exists because it's a struct. So we've got a struct, it's blueprintable, it's a blueprint type. You can rewrite all the properties, which means that when we go in here, part of that generate body that we get gives us one of these, which is make evidence, and then make evidence. And look at that, all that stuff appears, and we can put in what we want. So what kind of evidence is it? Well, let's say it's a, so it's going to be kind, it's something that's dropped. What kind of fact is it? So then we go in here, clues, facts, and I'm going to say black hair. We found a black hair. Map location, we're just going to leave that because I haven't figured that out. Acting player, I'm going to go like this, and we're going to promote that to a variable. Why is it keep hopping back here when I'm going to shift off? Acting player. So when we create this, whichever player creates it is going to put itself in here. Using a string, not like I'll have like every player is going to have some sort of like identifying string. I'll figure that out later. Don't worry about it. And then that's going to go in here. Bada bing, bada boom. So, and then we're going to say found a clue. that. And we're going to hop over to here. Oh, hop over to here. And we're going to grab this guy, and I'm sorry. It's going to have to go away. Then I'm going to hop into here. Remember we wrote this thing that leaves a chunk of evidence when you do something suspicious? That's right. Now we're going to make it spawn BP clue base clue compile. Alright, so one other thing I want to do is I want to make it so you don't get hit twice. So if you walk into it and you already have this one, you don't get it again. And I think what I'm going to have to do for that is close this. I'll be back. Oh, save. Yes, save the map. I got the thing. So to do that, I'm going to hop back into here and I'm going to add one more piece of evidence kind of thing in here. Read, write, in blueprints because we're doing a lot of our work in blueprints right now. We're going to say f string, and we're going to call this unique ID, unique clue ID, and we're going to give it f. Actually, you know what? We can do it right in here, can't we? Why would I do it in blueprints? Let's do, no, we don't want to do it in here because it will be the blueprint clue, base clue that will be doing this. So f string, and we will just put that there. Save. Unique ID set by the clue actor to make sure Alright, so we've got that. Why don't we the thing we can do in here is do this. So we've got our collected evidence. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna, oh, it's so bright. Wait, I can fix that on my end. Brightness minimum, there we go. So let's go Unreal Engine T array queries. Continuing, get type size, retrieve elements. Contains a certain element which matches a specific predicate. That's what we're gonna do here. So we're gonna do, oh, look at that shit. Look at that. Beauty, beauty. So we're going to go if collected elements dot contains by predicate. Yeah. And then we'll write a predicate. It's gonna be a, it's gonna take in an array. Is that what it's doing? I'm gonna trust the. We'll trust the example const. So we're going to have set in brackets. Yes, it is. So const evidence dereferenced. Evidence. And the predicate. Ooh, too many A's it contains. The predicate will be just return true. Yeah. So return I can get return, and let's call this, I'm going to call this something short because ev dot unique clue, right? Is that what I called it? A unique clue ID or unique evidence ID? Unique clue ID, because it's a clue that creates it. And it's gonna equal evidence dot unique clue ID. Right? 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 I don't know, I'm being so bad at using the space bar. All right. If this, but if it's not this, that's what I'm trying to do. Then we'll end up doing all this stuff. If it is that, tough. All right, let's see how fuckered we are. I made change to this? Yes, I did make a change to this. I'm gonna save that change, yeah. All right, let's, oh no, I've accidentally pushed the button, hold on. There we go. Wait, so let's see if I reopen this. Let's be a little bit of a dick here. So the other thing, remember I said we might have to remake things. You don't actually have to remake things. You just have to trash the binaries folder and then it'll remake all the blueprints properly, like it never happened. So at some point I'm going to get my little, do you want to redo this? Yeah. Yep. So as expected, it's going to take a little bit longer than usual, but I think it's worth it because of the changes that we made on the struct and everything. Usually, last time the change on the struct was kind of like flowed through when I recompile, and I was fine with that, but you never know. Well, I mean, if no one realized you better than I do, you might know. I don't know. So, just to recap, we now won't add a piece of evidence we already have based on the unique clue ID. I suppose that could be generated. Maybe like as a combination of all the different fields. I also feel like actually, if I add a field into here, which I probably should, we could do it by generate it from the different fields, but let's just get this going and I'll do that another time. Oh, interesting. I fucked it up. Usually when that happens, it's not like a wacky thing. It's just like me typing dumb things. Okay, let's see. So usually you can force a compile by doing launch debugger development. And then it'll be like, oh, you have a really dumb compile problem. That's right there. No, it doesn't like that at all. All right. See, I am programming in JavaScript. That's why I'm getting this problem. I was hoping scope would go from here to here, but it's not. So I have to figure it out. How to do this. So let's see. Is there a let's see. Maybe these guys will help. Predicate. Or maybe it sucks. Unreal Engine predicate C plus C equals stupid goddamn. All right. Well, at least somebody had some. Oh, you just dumped it in this. Okay. All right. We can do that. Let's try it. Evidence. Complain about it then. No. Alright. So I guess the answer is this is to pass in stuff from the scope outside, which is fine with me. So that means that when we open this, it should actually do the compile this time. See, the problem is now I'm entering this thing where it's like basic computer programming that I know, and I start sounding smart. Don't worry, once it gets back to like Unreal Engine specific stuff, I'll sound like an idiot again. Oh, one day I'll figure out why this takes so long. Who are you submitting requests to? My shitty video card? I can see that. If it's a CPU action, I can see that. My CPU is very old. This computer was built in the time where like there is nothing your CPU could do that a GPU could compensate for, right? It's like games were like throwing all their compute at the GPU. super good CPU to get going. Unreal Engine and Unreal Editor needs a bunch of CPU. So there's a few things that need a better CPU, which I don't have. But I've done the math to replace the CPU because it's such an old CPU, which means it's an old motherboard, which means it's old RAM. That altogether costs about the same as an Asus ROG Ally X, which would have a better CPU and a better GPU. So I'd be tempted to grab one of those, but also I don't need it because it gives me time to relax while I'm on stream. Relax on 35%. And nobody I know plays Diablo 4 anymore, unless they're sick and desperate. Keep that around. Why is it got just like a reference in there? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't look right. No, yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, he's just being like weird. It's trying. It's trying. There it is. There it is. All right. We're back. And let's take a look at our kind of like where we left off. So we're now going to spit out a base clue. Let's take a look at the base clue and see if I got that extra pin on the make. I do. Let's I'm doing some stuff here. Let's add our unique ID. I'll make that a string. Compile and save. Alt-tab over to a web browser. Unreal Engine blueprints unique ID random. Is that all like get the ID of an actor? Is there an actor that I can dump on there? Generate random job ID? No, that's for like jobs. Generate a random ID for each item. Apparently I have one. Let's take a look. Boo. Pop. Set unique ID. I'm going to set to get object name. Self. Can I do that? Do I have to do this? Oh, learning as you go, huh? funny how this all worked like a little while back. All right. Is this what we're dealing with? Are all my montages being canceled? Yes. Oh, that's no good. All right, if that's how it's gonna work, then we're gonna have to do it later. Or do it at the same time. So we'll start the montage and then we'll drop it right away. And now make sure that we do it good. Let's see if that works. That's a temporary measure, of course. Oh, oh. What's the base clue? Has a max notice. Unique ID. A. Base clue. I have to do some. BP base clue. I feel like this is definitely had before, but play the montage on. Go over here. Print. Hello. That's good enough for now. Didn't get past that. Are we saying that's not upon? That's failed. Print string cast failed. Just trying to figure out where in this thing this is not, or this is stopping, right? Cast failed. Oh, interesting. It's not upon anymore. Is it? Is it now cast to player state. Oh, I wasn't even there. Error. Oh yeah. This is what we're. There we go. It's the player state. All right. So that's what's going on. All right. So we need to get all this garbage out of here because there's too many of these. So it's not a pawn anymore. Actor info is going to be a player state. So cast to player state. I'm going to use a base player state because I don't need the rest of it. We're going to say as a player state get pawn, and then that gets us our pawn, which then goes in here and then hooks everything back up. Alright, so we start looking suspicious. We get the player state, and the player state can get us the pawn can get us the active location, and if that fails, we end the bully, and if it's interrupted, we'll go up there too. Hey, there she is. Nothing's crashing when I come in out of here. So I guess that's a good sign. Okay, now I know somewhere I did a little bit of a cheat. Try it. Ability. It's definitely not in this particular version of it, which is fine. You get to see me do it again. Debug key. What's the key for this? G. So when you push G, we're going to get owner what if I just go owner if I went self, no. If I turned up context sensitive, can't get that way. Yeah, get owner controller, get owner, components, get owner level. Okay, let's start with this. pressed this and print, and the string will be yep. I think that's the right thing to do. So we'll find out in a second. G. Oh, all right. I swear I always get owner, but I'm gonna double check on the internet. Unreal Engine get pawn owner self. Those are an NMVP. These are all anim BBs, so it's all for an animation. So this one isn't the one. Get parent or actor. Parent? Is that a parent? Oh, is owner. What is it? What is it then? Is it a player controller? Is it just not? Is the key just not working? Oh, it's not. That's fine. The other one was hooked up though, so that's a different issue. Player controller, and then the player controller should have a player state. Is that how it goes? So we have get owner. This is cast to player controller. Player controller should have a player state. Get player state. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. And then the player state, we're going to cast that to guest player state. And then on that, we're going to get collected evidence. And for collective evidence for each, we're going to print append string and we're gonna do this. Let's say oh, come on. Oh, come on, guys. Fact. Best you'll give me. All right. Let's just like. Oh, I can't believe it. convert to that, right? Yes. All right. Only have to go like 2 steps to that. Get tag name and with that clue ID, we got one of those. Sure. And then exec. This will go to here. Oh, whoops. From here to here. From here to here. From here to here. And then goodbye. Let's see if we can do this. What's the worst that can happen? All right, so first thing we gotta do is we're gonna step back, do something suspicious. There we go. If I go in and come out, nothing. All right. So we're not getting found a clue, are we? Because this has the same problem as the last one, right? The owner is going to be a player controller, cast to player. And then it's going to get player state. And it's going to cast to guest player state. Found a clue. Ooh, G. It says hello. Did I manage to not hook up that thing and now it just says hello? I 100% managed to not hook up that thing and it just says hello. Let's do this. Save. Okay, so this down. I found a clue. It will always say I found a clue. I'll go on twice again. Found a clue. If I print them out, I only have one. So we'll do a second one. I found that clue. They have the same unique ID because it's blank, right? So I can go around to all three of these, and I should only have one because it's just the one. Alright, let's confirm that for sure with array index. There we go. And then let's make the base clue unique clue ID acting player. Ability that leaves a thing. Let's unique ID. Let's try this. No, let's do it in here. Unique clue ID. This supposedly should be like something. at worst, it's going to say BP clue base and be the same, I guess. Ooh, actually, let's be smart about this and see what that is. Oh no, I already put on in there. Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm gonna drop my thing. I found a clue. I have one clue. I found a clue. I have two clues. Do something suspicious again. I found another clue. I have three clues, three different clues. That's exact. Oh, it's only 7:30 and we already did what we wanted to do. That's fantastic. All right, that's great. That's great. And A, B, C. Always be committing. Perfect. Well, that's a surprise. So let's go back to our thing. We create a new clue actor that sends evidence to players instead of gameplay tags. Did it. I explained the crash of the troubleshooting. Great. What's the next one? Store player character clues on the player state that can be dropped. So that's interesting. Okay, what's the clues from character choosing? Okay. Let's do a little bit of this. I'm gonna put down here. Fix montages because that's not working right now. I'm not super concerned. Store player character clues on the player state that can be dropped. Okay, list of clues for a character and choose randomly, possibly dropped only once. So let's rewrite this as store identifiable traits of a character of a guest of a guest and store the base because that might follow my logic here. The guest in the player state. Let's start here. And then change this to choose when doing sus action ability use a random identifiable trait to create a clue. Or is that too great evidence? So my gut is that I would store copy it over. Unreal Engine. I think if you, well, creating a copy of a struct, not a reference. Yeah, well, of course. Why don't we add forget it. I'll just do it a long way. All right. Let's get back into C++ because that's where we're headed. You want to store on the player state identifiable information about this character. So we've got collected evidence, which is evidence about that I have collected about other crimes. And now I want to, oops, that's a function. That's a number. Let's see. And now we want to have a set of things that is this character. Let's just copy this guy for now. And we'll also make this a T array of evidence, F evidence, and this is, well, let's make this droppable evidence. So 1p or 2p's and droppable, don't care. This makes me want to put something up here as well, which is print read write, and then we're going to call this bool can and we'll call this has many, and it's going to default to true. So what this will be, so if you have like something, hairs, fibers, that kind of thing, you can drop that multiple times. Let's make that can drop drop. Can. Ooh. Let's set this to cannot drop again. Nope. That's no good. We want to mark that we dropped it. Let's see. Let's try this. Int max drop. No, because infinite isn't an integer. All right. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know the math on it. All right. Can drop plots. Let's do this. Equals true property. This will also be blueprint read write. Don't know why that one's longer because I don't have an E. And this is going to be bool dropped already equals false. It's a struct. It's not like a const. So we should be able to go in here and edit that later. All right, so we're going to have, so I'm going to rename this to evidence about me. Can drop lots. I'm just thinking if I name it that, then if I have evidence that can't be dropped, like for example, damage type. That's about prime motive. Who knows? If it's blood stain on player 2, you can't drop it. Let's call it evidence I can drop. I think that's the best way to do it. All right. So we've got evidence I can drop. We've got collected evidence. We've got our kind of things, so we can say that different kinds of evidence can be dropped and how they can be dropped within the evidence thing. I'm not bothering to make into the class for this. Or a struct. It's not even a class, it's a struct. And then view function. Blueprint callable. Blueprint callable. We all know, we all use blueprints all the time. And this function will be f evidence. Evidence to get evidence to drop. And it's just going to be white because why not? I should let go of shift. There we go. And no arguments, we'll just drop evidence. C sharp, shut up. It's C++. Alright, so we're gonna have our evidence I can drop. Is that what I called it? Yes. Oh. And then I need to get a random one. Let's ask Unreal Engine random T array C++. Do I have to import that? Let's find out. I don't think I have to import things like that in here, so I should be able to go. Oops. Guys. What is it? Rand range, and it should be 0. And then last one is evidence I can drop .num. Just gonna double check that one because I want to go do the classic. Oh, it's more than T array Unreal Engine. I should just leave that open for a bit since I'm working on it. Queries. How many elements? Big num with 2 things. We are using predicates. Find by key, removal, operators. Iterator, no. Sorting, no. I think let's just go with this. And if this explodes, then sorry. So we picked a random one. Now what? No, that's that. Ooh. F evidence. E. We get a random one. Actually, I think we just have to return it, don't we? Because then we'll use blueprints to do the rest of it. So we can just do return. Excuse me. Right, there we go. I did do a lot of work on that. It's not gonna like fail on me, right? Because I have perfect. I'm a perfect programmer. Everything I write compiles the first time every time, right? Oh, this is a. Uh, uh, uh. My mouse still moves. That's a good sign. It's thinking about it. There are thoughts, but hey, check mark. Yay! See, I told you, perfect programmer. All right, so to get this to not turn to garbage, oh, interesting. To redo this, huh? I did change that significantly. It's only fair. And then tag name integer. Integer? Oh, that's a gameplay tag range. Oh, okay. Okay, and I don't get the rest of these, huh? Yeah, I agree with that, buddy. I agree with that. Let's take that hot reload fail. Let's still take a look. we might have to do a delete everything in the binaries and come back, because it doesn't seem to know. It doesn't know about the changes. What if I went up here and I went, ooh, copy this shit. Paste it up here. Instead of getting collected evidence. Get evidence I can drop. That's how it should be. And then this guy can be, that's going to be blank. Let's do something different with this one for now. That's all I have, because that's originally written for the other collected evidence. Ooh, really? Let's go take a look. Okay, that's the right kind. All right, that's better. This. Interesting how that works, eh? This is going to be dropped. This is gonna be a different color. Can we run it now? wish there was a compile all blueprints button, because, oh, there we go. That's finding that out then kind of sucked. Okay, so let's see if I can actually get this guy to list all the things. So I can randomly get break this evidence. So we get an evidence to drop. So in reality, if I give myself some extra room, right after this, I'm going to make a new evidence with the same kind, the same fact, whatever the current acting player is, current victim player, clue ID will be set by the base clue. Hold on. Acting player. We don't set these. I should turn those off to set. No, I won't be able to make them. Can you? Who knows? That's what I'm thinking about now. And then the map location will be wherever we are. Do I have a clues? Yes, I guess. Kind of doesn't matter. We know how we're going to use it. Something to say, but it's true. So we're going to get one out. We're going to make a new one when we drop it into the base clue. So we can do that, can't we? So we activate the ability that is sketchy. Class B base clue BP base clue, and it's currently making an evidence. So if we go variable, and we say evidence, and we say that it's an evidence I don't like how there's a hot reload evidence 0. Unsatisfactory. Hold on. There might be some shenanigans going on. Evidence. And then we can take this. Stop. And instead of this, we go. Oh, darn it. Hold on. I forgot we can just do that. Drop it here, promote to variable. Get rid of this. And we don't want to do that. We actually want to see how weird this gets. We want to break evidence out. There we go. It's going to be the same kind, the same fact here, be whatever map location we happen to be in. It'll be this is the acting player, this is the object name, which is coming from here, and that's what's going to go out. So when we do this, we make it class B. We also need ending the ability. We oh set. What are we gonna set? That's BB base clue. We're gonna cast to be base clue so that we can nope. All right, fine. Ooh. BP base clue set. Tags, set acting actor, time. Bet if I want evidence. Oh, of course. Set evidence. And then we'll get player state. Yeah, we're going all the way over here. And we're gonna get evidence. Oh, no, cast to cast player state. Evidence drop. That's the evidence that will drop. Add. Rude. Rude again. Oh my god. So in theory, compile, work. So note. That's what I thought. What else do we set on a base clue when we first? Unique ID. We don't need that. Acting player. It's gonna be me. So let's also acting player, and we'll do that by doing player state. Let's do this. We'll set on this. We'll set. No, wait. Acting. Yeah, acting player. Set acting player. player state. We're gonna do player state because why not? Player state, or player. Get get player controller, and we'll say that this is get object. Oh, get object name. I think that's a reasonable start. No, works. No crash. Drop a clue. Found a clue. What's the clue? Oh wait. I already changed the button to do this. Let's change this back to player state. Oh, player state. Collected evidence for each loop. Array index goes down here. We're also going to drop our acting clear on there. Let's make this one the last one, and then the unique clue ID is going to be this guy, and then print compile. See, now it's not making any problems. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to wander over here. I'm going to do something suspicious. It creates a clue. I found a clue. And when I push G, nothing happens. There's a bad cast in here, I'll bet you. Oh, wait. I didn't hook up to the loop. There we go. Dropped one, got one. None, base clue sees 0. Oh, none. That's no good. Break evidence. Base clue, kind of base, fact. Okay. Get evidence to drop, and we got an evidence. And we set the evidence in here. We have evidence. Break evidence, kind, fact. Oh, do you think it's happened before? Is there a race where I drop this and then I set it after this fires? Probably what it is. Okay, is there a way I can BP base clue? Let's hit this. Expose on spawn, instance editable, compile, go here, recompile, delete, spawn actor from class. Class is going to be clue. Oh. Clue. There we go. So we're going to, instead of doing it that way, oh, I swear these were set before. Compile. On actor from class. Okay, one more go. set over here. What we can do is we can grab this, drag it over here, because this will all be valid. This will all be valid. Guess player state. So I'll hop right into the evidence column. Acting player is going to, where is it? Drop right into there. We're going to spawn it where that is. We're going to do this. Case clue. Unique ID is going to be set in the clue. No, we're going to say it's the player controller. No, it's going to be set in the clue. We don't need to do that. Owner, instigation range, compile, go. Click. There's a clue. I found a clue. Hey, it's one of the clues from me. So we did that. Perfect. 8:30. I think this is a good place to stop because we managed to do this and this in the much later category. Yeah, how's that for burning through a whole bunch of stuff? Okay, so next time, this is gonna be so fucking boring. I don't know what to do about it. But it has to be done at some point, I guess, or do hit. Check for clues. Alright, there we go. That's what we'll do for seeing clues. Seeing clues. That's a great place. We did it. We did a good one this time. Isn't it fantastic? Alright. So, always be committing. Commit that.